I think a little bit of sparkle can make an already sweet card even better. Today I'm creating this adorable cherry themed card, and I'll show you how I added this fun glitter effect without all the mess of glitter dust. Hi, it's Susan here from Making Craft Studio, and for today's card I'm going to be using the Fun Fruit stamp set, and I'll be using the cherries from this stamp set. I'll also be using these little dots from the Bold Birthday stamp set, and then I'm going to be using the Make It Bubble Mix stencil. I've also brought out my blending tool, a mixed media tape. This is the Dina Wakely mixed media tape. And all of these products will be linked in the video. I'm going to be using my Make It stamp block. And then I've chosen 3 colors for my stickles. I have green, turquoise, and cranberry. And then I've chosen 3 archival inks that I'll be using: Wine Cellar, Beach Cruiser, and Olive. For my card front, I am using this Simon Hurley Stark White cardstock, and I'm just adding a bit of tape to the back of it so that I can tape it down onto my mat to do a little bit of inking and stenciling. So I'm going to start out with the Beach Cruiser, and I'm just going to start ink blending some of this on my background. Now, for this, I am not trying to get a smooth finish. I'm just trying to get some color added to my background. And I'm really focusing around the edges for my color. I want it to be darker around the edges and then lighter in the center. So I'm not worrying about if I'm getting everything smooth or if I'm getting an even color all the way around, because we're going to be adding a lot more to this card. So it's not really a big deal as to how much you get on here. You just really want to get some color on here. And I do really want to focus on more around the edges, framing it out, and less in the center. So if you're following along, don't worry if yours looks splotchy or doesn't look smooth, because it's not going to be that big a deal. This is one of those cards that's very forgiving. You can be a beginner and create this card, or you can have been crafting for a long time and create it. It's that simple, but it's also a fun card for any skill level. Okay, so I'm going to bring in the Bubble Mix stencil. I have to say this is one of my favorite stencils. And I'm just going to tape it down with the Dina Wakely mixed media tape so that it doesn't move around. And I'm just going to decide where I want all of these bubbles. So once again, I'm going to use the Beach Cruiser through the stencil, but I'm only focusing around the edges. Now, if you've seen some of my other videos, I will frame off or put a mat down or something to protect from getting the stencil anywhere else on my paper, but this time I'm not, because it doesn't really matter. It doesn't have to be a perfect frame or perfect size. I just want a little bit of this bubbles around the edge just to frame it out. And then I am coming back. I feel like that middle is a little bit too white, so I'm just going to come back and ink blend a little bit more of this Beach Cruiser to the center. And you can see here it still looks splotchy. It's okay, because we're still going to keep adding more, and in the end it'll turn out beautiful. So I'm going to just use the cherry stamps, and I'm using the ones that just fill in the stamp. I'm not going to use the outline for the stamp. I just want to focus on the fill-in stamp. So I really love these cherries. I've created other cards using this stamp as well. So I'm just deciding where I'm going to put the cherries on the front of my card, and I'll start out here in the upper left-hand corner, and I'm just going to stamp them. So when I stamp these, what I like to do is just add the Wine Cellar to the bottom of the cherries, or to the cherry portion. And I'm just going to try and keep the ink off of the stem and the leaves. It goes up a little bit of the stem, but if you've ever ate cherries, it is a little red going up the stem there sometimes. So I'm not going to worry about it going up the stem. That's perfectly fine with me. So I'm going to stamp it a few times until I get exactly the color that I want. And then I'm just going to come back with the Olive Archival ink, and I'm just going to try to get that on the stems and the leaves, and I'm going to add that to my cherries. And it's really simple to do this, especially if you have a stamping platform. This is an easy way to do it. And once again, I'm trying not to get the green onto my cherries, just onto the stem and leaves. And you can see here we have our beautiful cherries. So now I'm just going to do the same thing and move my cherries around the front. So I'm going to do 3 groups of cherries so that I like to do things in threes. And so I'm just going to try to rotate them different directions so it just looks like they're coming down my card. And so I'm going to add the third set here. And there they are. So then I'm going to bring in the sentiment, "You're so sweet." And this stamp set has a lot of different sentiments that you can put together. And so I'm just going to add that to the front of my card as well. This card is going to be one layer, but with lots of layers of stamping and other techniques. So I love sometimes to just do a flat card like this, but do all the different layers and things to it. So today's card is just a one layer card. But I feel like it's going to be very impressive when someone receives this, because they're not going to know how you did all the things that you did for this card. So I'm going to go ahead and pick out these circles here. I picked out the 3 smaller circles, and I'm going to just use the Beach Cruiser again, and I'm going to stamp those randomly around the frame of my card front. Again, kind of where we put the bubble stencil, I'm just going to come in with these circles, and I'm just going to figure out where I want them, rotating my stamp back and forth to get kind of a mixture. I don't want it to look like I stamped the same way every time, I guess I should say. I wanted to kind of mix it up. So I'm just going to go through and try to twist my stamp. You'll see sometimes I forget to twist it and I'm doing the same exact direction, but I'll go through and mix it up a little bit more as I go. And I love how the archival inks can layer on top of each other. So when you stamp this on top of the ink that you ink blended, it's not going to kind of dissolve or blend into that. Some inks will do that, but archival inks, it will stay on top there and it'll just be a little bit darker. And I love how that looks. So you can see here, I took the larger circle off, and now I'm going through and just randomly twisting my bubbles different directions, or my circles different directions around the frame here. And I'm just trying to keep it around the outer edge. And typically I like to stamp off the edge, but for this, I'm not going to do stamping off the edge, and you'll see in a few minutes why I don't stamp off the edge and have some being cut off. There's a reason for it. So I think that looks really good. But I have just a little bit of ink. Somehow when I was stamping, I smeared a little ink on there. So I'm just going to bring in this little circle, and I'm just going to stamp on top of it and cover it up. So once I have that one there, I feel like it looks a little odd, so I'm just going to add one more right here to make it look like it was all on purpose. So don't give up on your cards. If you get ink somewhere, just cover it up with a stamp or something. So now I'm bringing in the Cranberry Stickles, one of my favorite colors. Red is my favorite color, and this color of Stickles is one of my favorite colors. And you'll see here, I squoze a little bit out before I got started on a piece of scrap paper. You always want to do that to be sure you get the bubbles out, and then just start coloring in your image. You can see here, I got a little off the edge there, but you can just take your finger and wipe it. So this is like a clear glue mixed with red glitter. So you can wipe it and it's not going to stain there. You can see I was able to wipe it off with my finger. I am trying to start on the outer edges and work my way around, filling in the center. And so it will look a little raised up as you're doing this, but as it dries, it's going to be a little bit flatter, and it's just going to leave the glitter. It's not going to leave any of the glue. Like it's different from liquid pearls. So when you put liquid pearls on, it's going to add that dimension of the paint. But for this one, you're just going to have the glitter. So if you fill it in and you come back and it's dried and you see that you have gaps, you can go right back and fill in more until you get it like you like it, and just keep letting it dry and go back. I did go back and fill in a few of mine because I did leave a few gaps, but when you're filling these in, sometimes it's harder to see. But just give it time to dry and see how it all lands out, and then if you need to add more, you can. So now I'm coming back in with the green. Now for this one, I'm not going to color in the stems. I'm just going to color in the leaves. And this is really easy to squeeze out and color in. And once again, you can see over to the side that I squoze out a little bit of the green before I got started, just to get the bubbles out. And I do try to start, like I said, on the outer edges and then work my way around and then into the center. I don't know if that's necessary, but for me, it makes it easier to spread these out. Now I'm coming in with the turquoise, which I really love turquoise as well. And turquoise is one of my favorite colors. And this is a beautiful Stickles. So now this is the reason why I didn't want to stamp any of these off the edge. I'm going to go in and fill in each one of these dots with the stickles. At first, I'm just going to work my way around doing random dots, but as I go through, I eventually decide that I want to fill them all in. So you'll see that I'm just skipping around right now, trying to decide how many dots I really want to fill in with the glitter. And I just got carried away because I really loved how this glitter looked. So I eventually do come back and fill them all in. And once again, this is so simple to fill in. I find that it's simple just to color in with this glitter. And the great thing about using stickles is when you use glitter, you have to add glue and then you sprinkle the glitter on, and then for weeks you keep finding glitter all over your craft room. Well, it's not like this for the stickles. For the stickles, you add the stickles down and it does not spread glitter around your whole craft room. You won't keep finding glitter for the next few weeks because it's in the glue, and so it just sticks to wherever you're putting it. So I really love that effect. And if you do get it on any of your tools or anything, just clean it up with water immediately and it'll come right off. If you're enjoying this video, be sure to hit the like button, the thumbs up button. Also, don't forget to subscribe to the Ranger Ink channel for lots more inspiration using Ranger products. So once it was dry, I went ahead and added this piece to the front of a white card base, and I really love how it turned out. I hope that you can see on camera all of this sparkle and how pretty it is. These colors look so good together. Well, I hope that you've enjoyed seeing me create this card, and I hope that you will give the stickles a try. And thank you so much for watching, and I hope you have a wonderful day.